Yeah, welcome to London's craziest gangster. Okay, and today I'm driving around the base with real life London gangsters. Mr. Elliot. Well, what have we been up to? What have we been up to?
Well, rolling with the nines. Rolling with the nines.
I don't know what rolling with the nines is. If there's any police officers watching here, I don't have a clue what rolling with the nines is. I'm Bummy Cornwall. I know what rolling with a pen means. I know what rolling with the nines. I know what rolling with the nines. Anyway, crash out your father. It's been a while. Okay, I've gone undercover, left the fishbowl, bang, seen what's going down, and we're happy now. Today, I was going to talk about the IPP sentence and crash out your father. There are a lot of people, okay, banged up in prison with a 99-year IPP sentence, and Crash, I thought today I'd highlight their plight. You've got to remember, the IPP sentence came out, Crash. It came out so it could help. So it came out and was given to those offenders whose crime didn't warrant a life sentence, but warranted maybe 10 years or whatever. So, but what they done with that sentence, they made a mistake, because they started giving the sentence out to people who only committed real life crime. Is that right, Mr. Elliot?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And what did you think of the IPP sentence?
Well, I'm not IPP, I'm EPP, but I know plenty of IPP prisoners within the system, and basically I just think it was a sentence. I nearly got IPP myself, 14-year IPP I was supposed to get. I was lucky that I had a different judge when I went back for sentencing that gave me just a normal sentence rather than the IPP.
Well, it weren't normal.
Well, it's EPP, yeah, which is an extended licence, done a 9-year licence. But it's just the young boys, you know, that are in there getting a 2-year IPP, still in there 12 years later.
Yeah, but I beg to differ with you, because there's still adults in there.
Yeah.
With two, so you can't just say it's the young.
No, it's not just the young ones, but I just felt really sorry for them, because it's like a life wasted, isn't it? You know, a 99-year licence when you're only young, 20.
Okay, I understand what he says, but for me personally, it's only a life wasted if you don't make the best out of it. Do you understand?
But do you think the youngsters have got that mentality, that maturism, to be able to have that same knowledge as what you've got, to take it on board that way? This is the thing.
I love him. That's why I love him, yeah, because he comes out with the right question at the right time. Let me explain something to you now. Maybe a lot of you out there don't know, but people have always said that the moment you go into prison, you stay that age. So what they're saying is, Crash, you're going at 15, and you come, even though you come out maybe 15 years later,
mentally,
you still mentally come out at 15. So I understand what he's saying, but at the same time, you just have to hope and pray there are good people in the system, like myself, who will take you under the wing and will try and show you the proper way to get out. That's what it's about. Because you know what? You must never give up hope. The first thing for me, when I got my 9, the first thing I did was accept it. See what I mean? Did you accept your IPP?
Yes, you haven't got much choice. If you don't accept it, mentally you won't be able to conquer it, basically.
Right, so you've got to accept it.
In a nutshell.
And the way I accepted it was Crash. Not with this don't, he never accepted it. He never accepted it. He tried to play all bad boy to you. He never he only got EPP, don't swear. Alright, he only got EPP. That's what I'm saying, look, he's swearing. That's the land of the commoner.
High sign of intelligence, isn't
it? So anyway, Crash, how's your father, yeah? It's a serious subject, this. Many very IPP. The problem with IPPs now is they've been forgotten. They've been forgotten and thrown away. And I have to laugh. One of the funniest things about the IPP sentences now, and it is hilarious. One of the funniest things now is all probation officers are telling all IPPs now that where they were supposed to be on life license, they can now only be. They're not on life license because they've squashed the whole thing. So now they're starting to throw all of us off of the probation. So if that's the case, Crash, yeah, that means all of this is a load of bollocks. So why have they still got 4,000, 7,000, 10,000, whichever the number is, still incarcerated inside the English prisons? Why? Yeah, Lee, can you ask me why?
I don't know why. I think it's just down to the government myself. You know.
Yeah, but why?
They've just been forgotten in the system, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because what can Parliament do about it now? All right, they've abolished it.
Yeah.
But they haven't got no tactics for the rest of the IPP that are left in there. They haven't got no strategic plan to get them out. So that's what people are fighting for. That's what the families are fighting for. You know, going to European courts and you know, this is what they have to do. But it's down to the people to make enough of the uproar to see how much of a injustice it is. Just throwing away the key, as it were.
I think it's important for people to try and realise and understand Crash, yeah? I think it's very important to understand that the IPP system, it's very hard to get them all out at the same time.
Yeah.
And the reason for this being is, when you receive an IPP sentence or an EPP, you are now called an offender. And all the offenders are under one roof. So whether it's for rape, paedophile, murder, you're all under one roof. So you might remember John Warboys, the cab driver, the rapist, he's IPP. You may remember the guy who burnt his house down with the kids in it in Southampton, I believe. Was that incident? Yeah, he's IPP. So there are some high-risk IPP prisoners that people will not want to be released, and I can understand their mindset. You see, under the old system, when a prisoner was sentenced, he was sentenced into categories, and so those categories determined what risk of prisoner, what part of risk or high risk prisoner you were. So if you was a double A cat, believe me, they knew you was a serious high risk end prisoner that had means and ways maybe of getting out, or you was a danger to the public. Okay, if you was A cat, then we knew you were still proper naughty, and you know, the government obviously believed you were being a danger to the public. Then you had the B cats, like, you know, us, the simple ones, the simpletons. Yeah. And we're still a danger to the public, but just not as bad as A cats and double A cat. Or so they believe. So anyway, Crash as your father, you have to understand with Cat C was just normal low-level criminals, I suppose. But well, I don't think there's anything as low-level crime. Crime is crime. But what I'm saying is, under the category system, that's what they were kind of portrayed as. And then we had, and then you got your D cats, which means when you're going home to prepare you for release, where you do your driving license, you might deal with a trade, but yeah, you know, and then you get released gently back into society. So the IPP sentence, you know, for those of you who are not brought up into the game, and for those of you who, I mean, let's take the case where the guy here is dad. I mean, he is dad once. His dad called the police and he received an IPP sentence. That is just absolutely ridiculous. And his dad now, I mean, how would you feel, Lee, if that was you?
Oh, well, you know, his dad obviously didn't think he was going to get that sentence at the time when he got him nicked. He just wanted to teach his son a lesson. Well, what a lesson to teach, eh? Bloody hell. I bet his dad has regrets now. I bet the son, you know, like, his life's finished. His dad obviously didn't mean to do that to him, you know, but I mean, I think that's just an injustice myself.
It's funny because his dad is now petitioning to get the IPPs released, and his dad is kind of a high profile IPP family member who, you know, is like been mentioned on the news and in other social media outlets to highlight his son's plight. So it is it is a very damning. The only thing I'd like to say to IPPs in there at the moment is you've got to really stay strong. Come on, boys. This is not about giving up and being defeated. It's not. This is about, okay, we've done what we've done. We couldn't handle it at first. Well, it went wrong at first. But now, you know what? Now we're going to, get our crap together and we're going to go forward. We're going to try and see our kids. We're going to try and see our partners, our wives, our husbands. It's not just men who are IPPs. There are many, many thousands of women who are also IPPs. Don't think it's just about men. And there are kids, young offenders, who are also IPPs. And that's why this problem has to be addressed. They've been forgotten. They're no longer talked about on the news. Parliament, I've looked up a few times. I think 3 years ago, 15 months ago, was the last member that even brought it up. It's very, very sad. Very, very sad. And there are many people, Lulu Beadle, Donna, a young lady called Donna. There are very, very many people who are putting this petition, going forward, going ahead, and they need your help. They need you and your knowledge, and anybody out there who can apply wisdom and knowledge to this situation for them. They need you. It's a great big massive problem. And can you imagine your son, your daughter, your husband, your spouse, your wife, anybody? Can you imagine? Being arrested for a minor crime and all of a sudden being involved in what is really a social experiment by the judicial system, okay? And your family being left behind bars, that has got to be the worst pain and hurt ever. If you commit a crime, a serious crime, and they say, then you can't say nothing. You understand him?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, there's not a lot they can say, is there? Really? It's as simple as that.
He ain't got a clue what I'm talking about. That's why I don't like him. He ain't got a clue. I'll bring him in sometimes to chat to me. He ain't got a clue what he's chatting.
I was listening to him, honestly. I was concentrating on the driving, sorry.
He is. He's only got an old Mini. No, it is a serious problem, and I'm going to just highlight this today, 15 minutes, because I'm going to now, on Monday, I'm now going to do a proper IPP. I'm going to do a proper IPP. I'm going to ring a few people involved in the IPP petition, see if we can get them on board now. And now London's craziest gangster is going to have to highlight them, and and try and get them released and try and get them out, because I think it's very, very important. I think a lot of people have said now I've got the stage to do it on, and we've been building. I'm not sorry I haven't been around for the week, but the laptop's got now. We now got the new phones. We're now looking at studios and we're just building. We're just building up slowly. I've had to turn my life around. Then I can't go out and do that no more. So it's been a headache, but I'm here now. Some people and it's funny when you come on YouTube, a lot of people then write about you, talk about you, and say things about you. It's quite hilarious, which I don't mind. I've had that all my life, but just be nice if they get hold of you first and talk to you first, and put their views across.
Tell me about it.
No, I'm being serious. I think what people need to. I keep on telling people, no one can. I tried to die after 100 years in prison, so I don't think there's much more that you're going to say or do to really hurt me. It's not that I haven't really done to myself. I told you, I didn't come in here, great, flags up, shooting out like I'm some kind of G. No. As I told you before, this came out of disappointment, hurt, scared, fear. That's what this was born out. Okay, it might have turned into a loon, but that's what coming out of those things do.
That's it.
And we don't want to educate kids. Our show is not about glamorising, condoning, promoting prison, drugs, being black or not being. But listen, I promote love, unity. I promote respect. I promote coming togetherness. I promote black and white unite. I don't do race and this and that. And why does everything have to come back to race? Yeah, we all understand the problems and the issues that surround race. We understand the issues that surround ethnicity. We understand, okay, and fairness. Okay, we understand, you know.
But that is not what these podcasts is about. It's not about race. It's not about me or Fish trying to be a gangster. I'm not a gangster. I've never claimed to be a gangster. All right, my dad was a gangster. I'm not. I've never tried to be one. But we're just trying to send
prankster.
Yeah,
Prankster.
we're just trying to send out the message where, you know, kids can take from our lives, if you like. It's not glamorisation, and see that there's no way forward. I've got children,
and I've got a foster kid,
and all I care about is looking after my children and living life like any normal folk. I work, you know.
And sorry to cut you 1 sec. And my foster boy Harry, come on, mate. I would never, ever, ever let him travel down this road. Right? Impossible. Why would you want to see your kids go down the same road as you and go through that hurt and misery and pain? Why? Do you know what I mean? And that goes for whether you're black or white, doesn't it?
It definitely does, yeah. Racism comes in all shapes and forms, whether you're black or white. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, look at the black guy, Black Lives Matter protest that picked the white geezer up out of the crowd, you know, and carried him out. I mean, that's how we would be. It's unified. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's the government that want to split us. That's what you have to understand. They want to divide and conquer. Remember that saying, divide and conquer. Because if we're not together, it's easier for them to control us and do what they want to do, even with all this corona and stuff like that. I believe it. I've had it. Do you know what I mean? Of course. But what you got to understand is not everything's as simple as black and white.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
for me, when people... Sorry, I have to laugh. When people think I'm not black, then I really do have to laugh.
Are you not black?
Well,
shut up!
No, but I didn't know.
I'll tell you what, he's the best actor I've seen. Best actor I've seen. I wonder what he was doing in that curry goat and rice the other day. Honestly.
No, but I don't know.
Where are you from then?
Oh, I don't ask. But what have I done for black people?
What have you done for black people?
Okay. What I needed to really, I wanted to ask him. I'd like to ask him what he had done, and secondly, I wanted to know the questions of what black people have done for black people. That is what I'd really like to know. I mean, what has anyone done for black people? What have you done for black people? I do things for every people, and I've helped a lot of black people, and I think it's very important, and not just black and white. But I don't think you need to carry a torch or a banner highlighting what you've done to gain gratitude or thank you, or to say that I'm better than you. I don't need to carry a torch championing what I've done.
Self-praise is no praise.
Yeah, for all people. Yeah, I've helped everybody from every race, every colour, every ethnicity under the sun. That is standard. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna get blocked in and locked in
to a category.
Into a category, right? About white supremacy and black supremacy. And people forget there's lots of black supremacists out there. I'm not in it. I'm not into none of that. I'm just into one thing, mate. Helping people go forward. Alright? Helping people go forward. That's what I'm into. I'm mate, everybody knows me. Doesn't matter, colour to me, look, I don't care who you are, what colour you I respect you regardless of what you do, who you are, where you come from, who you know, where you're going, what you've done. I respect you. Yeah? I ain't no better than you. It's not about colour for me. Why? Why have I done? Listen, we all understand about colour, and I face the same problems as every other black man out there. But you know what? I give my I'll deal with it. Not an issue. I'll do what I've got to do. And we take them on, and here we go. And I've took them on, I've took their slaps, and I've still come back out alive. Yeah? You understand, you know, but really, I just don't do colour. I don't. I do everyone. That's important. That's very important to me. Not just under one umbrella. That is why we're in the situation we are in now, where everybody's stabbing at each other, everyone's doing this, rather than all trying to deal with this issue down separate roles and separate animals, and oh, black people do this and white people do this and Chinese people do that. And that is why we are in this problem. Yeah? We need to deal with this problem, not just this problem of stabbing and knife crime and no youth clubs and no football games. Listen, we need to deal with all these problems on social media as a group, as one. Otherwise, I'm sorry to say, but where this future is going, it looks like it's going to be the end of the future. That's the problem.
This is it.
You know?
We're all human beings at the end of the day. We all bleed the same. We all breathe the same. And if the world ended and you had to add a life raft and you had to help your fellow man on board to save humanity, would you do it? That's the question you ask yourself. Would it matter if he was white? Would it matter if he was black? No, it wouldn't.
Thank you. You must never allow yourself to get bogged down in one road. Never allow the hurt and the pain and jeopardy to envelope you and to enclose you and to cause your mindset on one road. Sometimes you have to go down different roads and help your people come through doors that maybe other people can't do. Sometimes you have to use your voice, use your friends, and introduce, you know, your friends to other friends that they might not have known otherwise to help them get jobs. That's what I've done, and you know, but that's not for me to have to highlight and shout that about, because for me that's standard. That's standard. Yeah, that's no matter where you come from. That's standard, and that's what I'm trying to say today. With people, like this it's not about us. It's not about criminality, promoting prison, this, that and that. It's not doing it. What it's about is promoting happiness, togetherness. It's about promoting life struggles, okay? Life struggles. It's about promoting your safety. That's where, promoting community, okay? That's what we're about. And if there are certain elements in our society that you believe are running those things and are pushing those things and that agenda at us to get us on board, then there's nothing we can do about that. Because I will say this, you can slag off this country, you can terrorise the people, you can coat them, you can hurt, but you have to understand one thing. This country, whether you like it or not, gave all of us a life, no matter what colour you are. Yes, I know we went through struggles, mate. I was in the Brixton riots, I was in the Tottenham, I was in the South. I know we went through a struggle. But I can't keep reminiscing and remembering what's gone on before. We need to go forward and we need to learn from them so that we can educate our children and our children can go back home and maybe, turn their countries and their communities and their lives around. That's the bottom line from me. Other than that, pain, misery, hurt, fighting each other, slagging each other, getting nowhere. Sometimes you just have to follow the lead. Literally, you just have to follow the lead and use the tools and the skills that you have in life to help your people in the community, regardless of colour, race or ethnicity. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you this is just a quick one, quick 25 minutes. Remember where you saw me first. Remember where you heard me last. Real London gangsters, Mr. Elliot. Long time no see. Back on Monday, if not Sunday. But I'll tell you what, whatever it is, it will be fun day. Don't remember to hit the button, like and subscribe to keep the show alive. Crash! Oh, and before I go, there's a new interview out with Christian on KRN TV. Came out yesterday, and I think it was one of the best one about me so far, because it gives you a chance to tell different stories, going down different roads with different knowledge. Bang, see you soon.